Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Dowell, and I hope y'all are having a fine, wonderful day. We have some serious stuff to talk about today, so with that note, we are going to talk about fathers and family court discrimination against us dads. You know what? Enough is enough, right? So, we're going to talk about a variety of different things, but first of all, I just want to give my warmest sympathies to all you good fathers out there that think about your children every single day, wonder how they're doing, what they're doing, how they're doing in school, how they're doing in life, period. That's a horrible thing for anybody to go through. And if a woman had to go through it, I'm not discriminating by any means. I'm sure there are women out there that have gone through it. But the statistics speak for themselves, okay? Guys in a custody court hearing, they have a 12% chance of winning, to where a woman's got an 88% chance of winning. So there you go. How's that for statistics? I mean, it's crazy, but it's true. I mean, I've looked it up. It's a factual thing. And really, I mean, what it boils down to is, like in the old times, the guy, he made the money, made the bacon, so to speak, and the woman stayed at home with the children, right? But you know what I mean? That hasn't been valid in I don't know how long, like probably Little House on the Prairie like long time ago. So anyways, there's just a lot of changes that got to take place. And, when we go into the courtroom as guys, we should be looked at and viewed at like a 50-50 chance right across the table, man to woman, woman to man. The discrimination is just unbelievable, but everybody just ignores it. But I'll tell you what, there's 58 million dads out there that aren't ignoring it. And family dysfunction and, kids breaking the law, this and that. Because according to statistically, most kids, boys and girls, they get in trouble, they act out, they're more apt to be in mental health counseling, etc., because of this broken up system and broken up arrangement of family law looking out for the best interest of their pocketbook rather than looking out for the best interest of the children. And see, that's if the family court does that, then this whole world has changed dramatically for the better. I can promise you that, and I guarantee. So, anyways, guys, so if we can get that passed through family court, I mean, it's going to be a long shot, because basically what we're asking them to do is to not care about money and to care about the best interest of the child. But I mean, if you were to ask them, they would say, oh, they're all about the best interest of the child, but they're not pushing the 50-50 custody issue, and they need to be. They need to be, because every child in America wants to see their mom and their dad equally. And, the way the systems line up, you're a dad, you go from seeing your child every single day to, okay, you and your old lady didn't work out, so now you're an every other weekend dad. And it's not fair to some dads, because some dads, are out there in abusive relationships or getting hit, beat, whatever. And dads, all as fathers out there, we know how it rolls. So if, you break up or whatever, you automatically know you're going from every single day to seeing your children to, okay, now you're an every other weekend dad. And that's not the way it should be. And it needs to change. And we all need to fight back. So that's one of the reasons I created this page. I'm going to start a movement, and, we're going to get stuff done, guys. Like, it's not going to stay like this forever. Yeah, guys, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just really sad when you take a second to sit and think and meditate on that. That, there's so many good dads out in the world, and, you could just meet the wrong person, and because of a failed relationship, like, they don't get to see their children anymore, and they fall under these depressions, and, it really takes a lot out of you. Believe me, I know I've been through it, went through the court thing. It just really, it'll make you or break you psychologically, mentally, and otherwise. And, but keep fighting, guys. I mean, just know that if any of you guys watching this video, or for all you guys that joined the page, just know that, you know, this is a support group, that we've all been through it, been there, done that. And you're not alone. You're not standing alone. And we all need to come together and we need to fight. All right, y'all see that? I mean, this is kind of the things that I'm talking about, the discrimination against fathers. It needs to stop, because I mean, I've seen dads in the grocery store with their children. Where's their parking spot? I don't see it. I just see a mom and her child. And seeing that's what the problem is with family court, is they go by that as well. It's not fair to us. Not at all. Now, there's a statement that I can definitely agree upon, is that children need fathers, not visitors. Okay, so if you're seeing your child for a couple days every other week, you're visiting your children. You're not actively playing a part of his or her life, or your children's life. You know, you're a small percentage of their time, and how are you supposed to have an impact on your child's life for the better and be a good father if the court systems are not allowing us to do so, and they're giving us such a ridiculous amount of time with our children to where we can't be a big part of their life and a big influence for the better. There's lots of good fathers out there in the world, and you know, it's just embarrassing to watch the court system and the family court system just pretend like there's no issues and problems to address or fix. And you know, it's even sadder when you look at the fact of why they don't want to change it. It's money. It's money, it's greed, and who suffers? It's our children. And it's got to stop, and it will stop. Like I've been saying throughout this whole video, we just all got to pull together, and we got to make it happen. Yep, this is definitely a true statement. And I love all my children with all my heart. Always have, always will, no matter what. And being a father definitely was the best day of my life. For all my children that were born, I love all of them. There's nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for them. They are my world. And so, you know, I guess that's why I'm pressing so hard for this, you know, to reach out to everybody, to help people, you know, because I know how hard it is. And, you know, the struggle is real. And, you know, it makes it better when you know that you're not the only one going through it, and everybody else in the world, you know, we got your back, man. We got your back. See, guys, this is the part that really gets to me, is when both parents, they create this war field, and they're going back and forth, back and forth. They hate each other, and they're not even taking the time to consider the children's feelings, what they're going through, because they're going through stuff too. You know, I actually took a class on it, you know, and it really messes up the kids, because, I mean, they're used to mom and dad being together, and it really affects them and hurts them. So, but if you guys both come together as mom and dad, and you guys try to get along, that's even better for the child, because, you know, the children want to see you guys get along and work together for their sake. I mean, you're going to have better results doing that than going back and forth and, well, you did, and it's your fault, and it's your fault. So you never get anywhere with that kind of thinking. You'll never accomplish anything, and you'll never get anywhere. And put aside that fact, it's just bad for the kids. So, you know, if you can avoid it, definitely avoid it at all costs. Try not to argue or fight with your ex. And don't be a narcissist. Don't, you know, ask your child, hey, you know, what's mom doing? Or who's mom dating? Or, you know, don't try to get involved in all that. Just worry about your child, and having fun with your child, and spending as much time with your kid as you possibly can, if you're able to do so. But if you're one of the unfortunate ones that, you got to sit and wait trial to see your children. I guess that's kind of a different story, case scenario. But in the meantime, let's say you are one of those people, that are waiting. I want to give you guys some advice right here and right now to just kind of make it all about your children via text, everything wise. The more stable you look, the better. You don't want to, in the heat of the moment, be being angry and texting, because it's going to make you look completely like who you aren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want anything that could be manipulated and twisted to where your time with your children are going to be jeopardized further. You know what I mean? So anyways, guys, so remember to definitely keep your kids out of that war field, and just primarily just focus on enjoying yourself with them and having the most amazing time that you can possible. And, schedule fun things, exciting things for you and your children to do. It'll be a good distraction of, basically what's going on. And the other thing is keep your guys' chin up. This is just temporary. And eventually, some laws are going to be changed and some big time things are going to be changed. So take comfort in that. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to ask me anything in the comments log. Or you guys can message me Facebook Messenger. So on that note, I will talk to y'all later. And I hope you enjoyed my video. And speaking of videos, I'm going to add one right after I'm done talking to you guys right here and right now. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's a pretty good video. So I'll catch you guys in the next clip. And never forget, guys, that your children, they love you more than anything else in this world. And it's all going to be worth it, believe me. All that hard work that you're doing right now, in the end, it's going to pay off. And remember what I told you guys, we just all need to stick together, and eventually it's going to happen. So on that note, God bless, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip. Dr. Dowell, signing out.